Alright, welcome back to Morrowind. Let's continue where we stopped. We were right outside here, and we're supposed to be getting into the tower. Let's get in. Looks like I got mail. I need to look at it. See what's going on here. Oh, we received some items from the enchanter. Good. So we have to talk to Barilzar. Somebody in here.
Such displeasure and disappointment. Nothing works, even though every calculation is precise. Now an interruption. How infuriating. Wait. Sometimes the great gear turns from frustration to opportunity.
Do you know anything about divine energy?
Divine energy? I'll have you know I participated in Lord Sothis Seal's 9 analyses of the exalted enigmas. But we have more important matters. I'm about to determine the correlation between color and time, and I could use another set of hands.
If I help, will you answer my questions?
A reciprocal exchange. Interesting, yes. I can see the benefits of such an arrangement. Very well. Just activate the crystals in the proper sequence while I modulate the energy flow. Less chance of an explosion that way.
Alright, I'll see if I can determine the proper sequence. Okay, help complete Barilzar's experiment. Okay. This is going to be a problem for us, unfortunately. How would we figure out what the proper sequence is anyway? How would we know? Let's look for a book on extending existence. Okay, let's see. For every being, the Great Gear provides a set number of rotations, a set number of ticks before our natural clockwork mechanisms wear out and die. It's as inevitable as dusk giving way to dawn, but that doesn't mean we have to accept it. And I still have so much work left to accomplish. There isn't enough time in the day, let alone in a lifetime. I find this situation to be completely unacceptable. While my education started with the arcane arts, since Sothis took me under his tutelage, I've gravitated toward pursuits of more scientific and mechanical nature. I have tried to apply these techniques to the problem, but so far my cogs and gears and widgets have failed to achieve any noticeable results. Gadgets and devices can accomplish wonders, but so far I've not found a suitable and compelling mechanism to prolong life in any meaningful manner. For this reason, I must return to my arcane roots and explore what magic may achieve where artificing has failed. I haven't let my magic grow stale despite my concentration on more mechanical endeavors. Indeed, like my master before me, I tend to use magic to bolster the effectiveness of my mechanical creations. It is through the concerted use of magic that I believe I can extend my existence. Why should the tribunal alone get to be immortal when there are others, including myself, that have more than a lifetime of achievements to contribute to the betterment of society? Now, some may look down upon magical arts labeled as dark, but knowledge and technique should never be dismissed out of hand. A use for every tool and a tool for every job, after all, as the father of mysteries always liked to remind me. So my next great adventure shall be to conquer the intricacies of dark arts and discover the secret to extending the natural lifespan. Who knows? Perhaps I might even discover the path to true immortality, if the gears align correctly. Now, where did I put my hourglass and that relic I had my hirelings uncover from the Ald'ruhn tomb? Okay, that's interesting, but we didn't get what we were looking for there. Let's try somewhere else. Let me talk to them again and try to get a few hints as to what we're supposed to be doing.
You activate the crystals. Look for pure light, not muddled. I'll modulate the energy fluctuations, make sure nothing explodes. If color confounds you, look at the shape. Fewest sides to most. But the great gear turns, so be quick. Be quick.
Okay, that's all I needed. Fewest sides to most. Okay, so we have 3 sides there. 4 sides. No sides. There are 4 sides here as well.
A good start. Keep going.
It seems that didn't quite work. Seems that didn't quite work. So let's reset this experiment again. Let's talk to him one last time.
You activate the crystals. Look for pure light, not muddled. I'll modulate the energy fluctuations, make sure nothing explodes. If color confounds you, look at the shape. Fewest sides to most. But the great gear turns, so be quick. Be quick.
I'm still not sure I understand what you need me to do.
Good help is as rare as the legendary Last Dwemer. But a clockwork is only as strong as its weakest cog. Just work your way up the rainbow. If the color isn't clear, examine the crystals. Start with the simplest shape and end with the most complex.
Work your way up the rainbow. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, let's start again here with the red sphere.
A good start. Keep going.
Where was I supposed to go next? Here?
No. Reset the mechanism and try again. A good start. Keep going.
Okay, so then let's try yellow. Tetrahedron.
So far, so good.
Okay, then we're gonna do violet. Nope,
Sequence and try again.
not violet. Yeah, let's try this again. So we're gonna start with red.
A good start. Keep going. Correct. So far, so good.
Nope.
Good. A good start. Keep going. Correct. So
This
far,
has
so
to be the
good.
correct one.
What you are.
Okay, now we have to decide between... I think this comes next. No. That has the most sides.
Reset the mechanism and try again.
I now see it. It has the most sides. Okay, we finally figured it out.
A good start. Keep
No
going.
sides. 3 sides.
Far, so good.
4 sides.
What you are.
5 sides.
Close, very close. One more to go.
And then the octagon.
Yes, I love it when the gears align. Perfect. Such are the benefits of an extra set of appendages. The energy flows freely and without disruption, allowing the rods and the pistons to align in a most pleasing manner. Thank you. Now, why do you want to know about divine energy?
Well, I was sent to ask about the transfer of divine energy.
scent. How intriguing. I was just thinking about my former master, Sir Seal, and the experiments we conducted. He desperately sought to understand the power he and his companions attained, especially whether or not that power was temporary.
Did Sothersail reach a conclusion?
Not while I assisted him. He had a tool that he used to drain away minute bits of his own divine energy to store and study. He could extract it and return it as he saw fit. Not sure what became of the tool, but here are my notes from those days.
These notes should be helpful. Can I ask you a few more questions?
More questions? Well, Lord Seal attributed curiosity to intellectual superiority. Suppose I should do the same. Ask, and I will attempt to tighten the cogs of your ongoing education as best I can.
That tool you mentioned, is it a weapon?
Odd question. Is a hammer a weapon? A saw? A Dwemer spring spanner? No, it was just a tool. A device crafted by Seal to aid in his endless experiments. I suppose I could imagine ways to modify the device, but for what reason?
Do you know where the tool is now?
Haven't a clue. Tools have a way of wandering off when you don't stay vigilant. Had a guava used to swallow tools when I wasn't looking. Glowed for a month until the enchantment dissipated and the tool passed. You should have heard the screams.
Okay, so you worked with Sothersail then?
I was his apprentice, but that was years ago. Spent time working in the Clockwork City. That's what I learned about energy transference, Dwemer engineering, mechanical symmetry. Made me the dark elf I am today. I have a question. Who sent you?
Well, Archcanon Tavis sent me.
The Archcanon? Lord Vivek's High Priest? Suddenly the gears align. I can think of a number of reasons that Alm and V would want to know about C and his tools, but some doors just shouldn't be opened.
See. Tell me more about this Sothersail.
He's the father of mysteries and the architect of time, one of the tribunal. The three living gods of the Dark Elves. Creates all sorts of helpful and intriguing devices, like the Clockwork City. I haven't seen my old master in many years.
What's the Clockwork City, anyway?
It's a wonder and a miracle. All brass tunnels, glass domes, and giant gears. He was inspired by the work of the Dwemer. The Clockwork City is pure Sothersail. He made it to forge the future and reshape the world. I learned a lot there.
Okay, thanks for your time. Okay, I think next we're gonna investigate Balmorra. Let's just hop on our ride here. Balmorra is a whole town, though. Well, let's ride. What do you mean I'm trespassing? Okay, you know what? Let's just get out of here before we're attacked. We now have 231 bounty. Really? Not cool, but let's just keep moving. There's so much water in this place. So much water. Okay. I'm gonna say let's just go there. Okay, so we're in Balmorra, and we have to investigate Balmorra. What are we gonna find? I'm not sure what we're gonna find, but never hurts to look around. Let's go in.
Halt, fetcher!
Already?
If I had a gold piece for every lowlife I had to deal with, I'd be rich. I'll settle for the bomb.
You talk too much.
Lost, scum.
I can't believe they
Okay,
want
so we
us
have
go
to
outside
investigate
the house to
Balmorra.
find Vare.
But I'm not sure exactly where to start or who's going to help us.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited longer.
He mentioned that we might need to talk to the miners, so let's do that. House Veteran Proclamation. By order of the House Guard and the Veteran High Council, the Shulk ore mine is closed and all operations toward reopening the mine have been suspended. Workers should stay away until further notice, and visitors are strongly cautioned to avoid the area on pain of fine or imprisonment of both. This includes you, Crew Chief Hundolf. Note that every effort shall be made to locate the missing mine workers as soon as possible. Gather information. That was 1 out of 3.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Carolyn might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you?
Any idea why visitors have been scarce?
At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger.
Maybe if I paid you for your trouble.
I like the color of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the miners and took over the place. Even got the crew chief, or so I heard.
Well, thank you for that piece of information. So now we have to find the crew chief. I'm not sure where that is going to be. He's actually outside the city.
Stupid dog.
What happened? Let me see.
Okay, there's the crew chief, but I want to put this on the map first. Let's put it on the map. Then we'll return to it, to the crew chief after. I thought we'll be able to craft items and gear here, but I don't see that. Well, let's just head back.
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Veteran Proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there.
Can you tell me what happened in the mine?
Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual. before the Ashlander interrupted them.
What do you think the cultists are conducting a ritual?
Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. Look, I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlander showed up.
So you're saying an Ashlander interrupted the cultists?
Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" That's not an exact quote, but you get the idea. I don't know what happened after that. I was kind of busy trying not to die.
Why do you think the cultists... Well, he already answered that. Well, looks like we need to ask him a few more questions.
You shouldn't be here. Our mine was invaded.
What kind of mine is it?
It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside preparing to start up mining operations when the cultists attacked. The way things are going, we might just have to turn the place into another Kwama egg mine.
I'll go into the mine and see what I can find out.
Really? That's awfully brave of you. If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can. Or until I hear screaming. Then I'll go to Balmorra and try to find some help. Good luck in there.
Okay, retrieve ritual items and learn about the Ashlander thief. Okay, we'll see if we can try to do that. Red Exile instructions. My Red Exiles, I need you to infiltrate the mine outside Balmorra and recover an item of great importance to our venerated cause and to the elevation of Ashlanders everywhere. Currently, this item resides in the possession of the Nicotic cult, who plan to conduct a ritual in the mine to grant the item the ability to channel unfathomable power. Let the cultists begin the process, but acquire the item before they complete the ritual. The item lies in one of the deep chambers of the mine, most likely heavily guarded. Sneak in and steal the item. It has the appearance of a staff made of metal and gears. It is necessary to advance the next stage of our cherished cause. Get the staff and bring it to me, and you will be one step closer to ending your exile and returning to the fold. Let's take a look at the map and see where that would be. Retrieve the ritual items, okay. Let's take a little detour and see what we can pick up here. Adamantite. Crafting item. Retrieve the ritual items. We weren't early enough to get a few hits in on that boss. This mine is not a delve, is it? I don't think it is, so I don't think we're gonna be looking for a skill point.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine?
I'm not sure. I need to consult with my contact.
Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were able to escape from the cultists. Good luck with your mission, whatever it is.
Okay, now we need to investigate Ald'ruhn. Okay, we have a world boss here somewhere. I want to add that world boss to the map. I don't think it's going to be possible, though. This is going to be, Okay. Let's get out of here, guys. Let's go. Just wanted to put that one on the map, so maybe we can return there later on. Of course, there's no way we're going to take him on alone. It just will not work. There's a way shrine here. Let's put it on the map.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them. You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is.
I'm looking into something for Lord Vivec.
Lord Vivec, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander.
What kind of help do you need?
Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Ald'ruhn is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother.
Who's your brother?
My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead.
So what do you need me to do?
Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation.
Your brother rules over the Ashlander tribes, is that it?
No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku, though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Ald'ruhn.
Tell me more about the Red Exiles.
The Red Exiles? They're violent, dangerous Ashlanders who were banished from their tribes and joined together to create their own clan. Chodala invited them to the gathering and went into the camp to talk, but he's been gone too long. I'm worried.
You think I'll have to find my way through the camp?
As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate, but they're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, you'll need to defend yourself. It's unfortunate, but they'll leave you no choice.
Okay. All right, so before we take on this mission, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we'll pick up with more Elder Scrolls Online.